I'm going to try to keep my composure.
A few moments later.
Yeah. What? Goddamn. I can't let y'all see this. He's never gonna shut up now. Ow. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. I'm good, I promise. I gotta hurt my tears. Okay. 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 So, yeah. Welcome back to the Snake Eyes and He's a Dollar channel. It's obviously your boy Snake Eyes. And, I don't know. Got mixed emotions right now because, well, the Eagles lost, but at the same time, while the Eagles lost, I have to promote something of mine, so I have to pretend like I'm in a good mood, you know, at least for, what, 24 hours? Well, obviously not including this video. Because damn it, if you haven't been on my channel, you know that we try to do Eagles videos every game. Excuse me. And we're back. And I'm just gonna get straight to it. If y'all new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe. I will not be kicking ass this time. I'll be kicking my own ass. Follow me on both my social medias. My Twitter's gonna be SnakeEyes_dollar. Dollar as a Dame Dollar. And my Instagram, my Instagram, all lowercase, SnakeEyes_W dollar. Well, if you wonder why I started this video in the frenzy that I did not even care to bow, crying hysterically, it's because the Eagles fucking lost. And, yeah, Eagles fucking lost. And I was wrong about a lot of shit. I was wrong that the game was going to come down to Jalen Hurts. That if we were to win this game, Jalen Hurts would be the reason. And Jalen Hurts would be, I don't want to say the weakest link coming into this game, part in the plumber-legged financial field. But anyway, no fucking games here. There's no joking around, there's no smiling. This is a day of mourning. here's the thing. Like I said before, at the end of the last video, I said that Jalen Hurts will be the key to victory. That if he doesn't play well, we're going to lose. And I ate my words and licked my fingers because he played well, but we still lost. And I also said that, Mahomes being on a bum ankle would be advantageous for our defense, our pass rush, getting there, getting to the quarterback. Because obviously Mahomes, it was going to escape. And shit, if the other side had Trent Williams, who's supposed to be one of the more premier offensive line. I'm not saying that the Chiefs' offensive line is bad by any stretch of the imagination. They're actually one of the best in the NFL. But Trent Williams is on the verge of being a certified Hall of Famer once he retires. If he got through the line with him on that roster, I didn't see how we would have a problem with the Chiefs. But I was wrong about that too. Because we got little to no pressure on Mahomes all game long. Especially the second half. Non-existent. I'm talking about the nightmares that were brought back from the beginning of the season when the pass rush was out of the Philadelphia Eagles dictionary. There was no such thing. It was out of our vocabulary, our language. Our defense did not even know what a fucking pass rush was. And henceforth today, well, not today, yesterday, that was the case. Now, if you've been following my social medias, unfortunately, because I was tied up, I had a lot of stuff to do Super Bowl night. I only was able to catch the first half last night because I had a lot of stuff to do between that day and obviously today. Literally just got finished watching the second half of the game about 2 hours ago. So, I'm not going to waste any time. And normally, when we're doing videos like this, I talk about everything leading up to the game. I'm going to save that a little bit towards the end. Okay? Now, obviously, because of the fact that, the season's over, it's going to be a last video for a long-ass time. So, I would say I'm going to try to have fun with it, but I'd be lying to you guys. Yeah. Okay, let's get into it. Okay? So we'll start off with Jalen Hurts. Played absolutely fucking phenomenal. Better than I actually anticipated he was going to play. I mean, he played phenomenal. Ball was on the money for the most part. He didn't play scared. He played poised. He did fumble in that first half. However, I'm not going to blame it on him. Because Steichen's play calling went back to being absolute dog shit. Please explain to me, because last time I checked, the only somewhat injury, and it didn't even count because Covey played, was Britton Covey's hamstring. And we're going to talk about Britton Covey a little bit later on in this video. But that was the only injury that I recall. And then C-Post finally came. We're going to talk about his ass 100%. He wasn't a big part of the game, but we will talk about him. Fucking trash. But we're going to say that for later on. Now, going back to Jalen Hurts on that fumble. Please explain to me, Steichen, I swear to God, the day before that game must have been playing Madden 2004 with Michael Vick all fucking night long. Because there's no way in the hell that game, that particular drive that Jalen Hurts fumbled, should have been dominated with QB sneak after QB sneak after QB. It wasn't even a sneak, it was a draw. And mind you, I don't even think we were in midfield. We might have been, but we really weren't. We barely were in that territory. Okay? We barely were in midfield. And you keep running QB draw after QB draw after QB draw. So, with the fumble, kind of fast forward a little bit, but I have to. Got 3 guys coming after him. Now, granted, they didn't force the ball out. He might have slightly panicked, might have got caught up in a moment, whatever. He did fumble the football, but The play from the very beginning was fucking stupid. Okay? Now, this is what everybody, the casuals, and we're going to talk about another situation I had earlier this week, but we're going to table that for after we have a discussion about this game. Okay? So, I don't know why I got probably a little bit too loud. Whatever. Anyway, what the fuck was going on with Miles Sanders? That you could not run a ball with him. 7 carries. And I know what everybody's going to say. We scored 35 points. It doesn't fucking matter. Because, yes, we did a really good job of keeping Mahomes, limiting his possessions. It didn't really mean shit in it because they damn near scored on every possession but maybe 2. But there was a couple of drives that there's a possibility we could have put points on the damn board if you had just given Miles Sanders the fucking football. Seriously, if you just given him the damn football, maybe we would have put 7 to 14 points on the board. Extra. That could have helped. Now, granted, there were some situations that, you know, were trifling. One of them being the Devontae Smith catch. That actually was a catch. And when he let go of the ball, it was damn near towards the end. Mike Pereira, if I'm even saying his name correctly, even said it wasn't enough evidence to overturn it. The rest was like, we allowed Devontae Smith to get away with, I don't know if it was even the same refs. I personally don't give a fuck. But anyway, they was like, we allowed him to get lucky on the other game, so we're not going to make the same mistake this game. But the problem with that is, that obviously the 49ers one wasn't a catch. We obviously thought it was, because from the angles that they're replaying it, and the one that we can see as the viewers, we obviously thought it was the catch, but it wasn't. But what are we going to do? Get mad? No, it resulted in a touchdown drive. Not saying that mattered anyway, we still with the 49ers ass regardless. But moving forward, that shit was a catch. He had the ball by his ear. When he went to the ground and he kind of lost control, he was already down already. He already had his entire body down on the ground. So, that was bullshit. Definitely could have resulted in some points there. I don't know if the Quez Watkins thing, we ended up scoring a touchdown anyway, or it resulted in a field goal. And here's the thing. I'm 50-50 on this. Because Quez Watkins, that was a terrible fucking drop. Terrible drop. At the same time, please explain to me why he's getting receptions now. What about the Giants game? What about the 49ers game? What about after the fact that what about after the last matchup against the Dallas Cowboys? Where was he? I don't even remember seeing this guy on the field. But then again, Quez, you can't make it easier for them to not game plan you, to not scheme you, to not involve you by dropping easy ass passes like that. Not excusable. Not only did Jalen Hurts throw for, I believe, 304 yards, had a pretty decent completion percentage. I don't remember off the top of my head what it was. I'm not looking at my cheat sheet either. He did have 3 rushing touchdowns, which if I'm not mistaken, has not been done. Really, it should have been 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns. Devontae Smith, I guess his momentum carried him out of bounds on that long bomb to Devontae. So, let me get my shit together. Devontae Smith caught a long pass from Jalen Hurts. Somehow when his momentum carried him out of bounds, he could have actually got it. He should have had 2 passing touchdowns or 2 rushing touchdowns, like I just said before. Okay? So, you know, it is what it is with that. Either way, Jalen Hurts played phenomenal. One thing that really did not make any sense to me was Greg Olsen, basically, it was the first passing touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. It's the passing touchdown to, if I'm not mistaken, it was A.J. Brown. So I believe it was McDuffie and one other defender over there. I'm talking about this ball is pinpoint ass perfect. And what Greg Olsen seemed to be like, he was like, hey, you know, it was just a ball where, you know, he knows he got A.J. Brown, so he's just throwing it up there to hope that he can, you know, because he's going to come away and grab it. No, it was a great fucking ball. It went over their heads. Just because the corners, McDuffie or whoever else was over there, just because they did the wrong thing by turning around, does not necessarily mean that it was a bad pass. It was a beautiful, pinpoint accurate pass. Now the other pass they threw, double coverage, I understand like, hey, AJ Brown can go get it, but that was a bad read. Okay? Right after that, I noticed an adjustment in Jalen Hurts' game. When Jalen Hurts was kind of missing, especially off that pass intercepted. Great job from Jalen Hurts adjusting, because literally, if I'm not mistaken, the play right after that, he went straight into throwing it to the backfield. So the idea that at times it's like he doesn't take what the defense gives him. He kind of just gets caught up and kind of takes too many risky chances to try to chuck it down the field. But he did a good job of understanding, hey, I'm forcing the ball too much. Let me just check it down, keep the game simple. So he did that. Other than that, Jalen Hurts was absolutely fucking phenomenal. And I feel really, really bad for him because, 49ers game, a lot of the fans were disappointed, and rightfully so. But he stepped up big. I mean, the Giants game, I thought he played pretty good, but he stepped up major. Both running the football, passing the football. Beautiful job from Jalen Hurts. No question. The farthest thing from his fault from the loss. Miles Sanders, like I said before, I don't know what the fuck was going on. He ended up getting 7 carries for the entire game. Make me understand why the fuck that made sense. And literally, if I'm not mistaken, I think 4 of those carries came in the second half. I don't even really remember him outside of maybe the first drive. I don't even remember him seeing him on a damn football field. I saw Gainwell a lot. He did pretty good when he had his opportunities. Boston Scott did some damage too. 6 receptions for 96 yards and a touchdown for A.J. Brown. And for Devontae Smith, 7 receptions for 100 yards. He really should have had a touchdown. And damn sure probably should have had a little north of 120. But you know how the refs are, And then Goddard, he played phenomenal too. 6 receptions for 60 yards for him. So about the defense. That's the biggest concern. I got to give it to Andy Reid in the first half. They were doing some things that I haven't seen an offense try against the Eagles. They were motioning men and trying to get the defense to look one way, and they went another way, doing a lot of misdirections. This creative stuff with the offense. Like Andy Reid was on top of his game. He was on top of his game the whole entire game, 100%. But he did a really, really good job of actually, I felt like that the defense that Gannon was playing in the first half was outstanding. Like as far as the formations he was going with, I just felt like that we were just missing a couple opportunities here and there, for barely missing the opportunities for sacks. But the pass rush kicked in the second quarter. Mahomes had an injury scare with that high ankle sprain. By the way, as much as it hurts for me to say this, part of the point. Mahomes, not only is he the most talented quarterback to ever step on a football field, like I said before in the last video, a shit ton of heart and a crap ton of resiliency. Nothing but it's hard. It's very hard, and I probably shouldn't be saying this. Nothing but admiration and respect for Patrick Mahomes for playing on a high ankle sprain, not bitching about it, not acting like that. He had some moments where he was in pain, but he said that he was not going to let anything stop him from playing this game. And not only did he played phenomenal. And I would like to talk about 2 people that really pissed me the fuck off. T.J. Edwards and Marcus Epps were both ass. Fucking ass. T.J. Edwards couldn't guard. Let me tell you something right now. If Travis Kelce was going to sleep, T.J. Edwards still couldn't cover him. I mean, I don't know what the fuck. Listen. He's been getting an unnecessary amount of flack from Eagles fans. When it comes to the coverage thing, that is a skill that he definitely needs to develop. But holy shit, especially in that first half, he did a little better in the second half, but overall, I'm very disappointed with the play. And everyone's going to say, well, he had the most tackles out of everybody. Listen, I watched the game first to the first quarter to the last. I literally just watched finish the game. It was fucking ass. And at the end of the day, for what he's done, the field general that he has been the entire season, making tackles, being aggressive, setting the tone, being that enforcer at linebacker, he's done a terrific job. Terrific job. So I didn't appreciate the flack, but now I was kind of like on their side, on some of the Eagles fans. I'm like, yo, this nigga's trash. Like what the fuck is going on? He's horrible. And then we got to talk about Marcus Epps. Got ran over, bullied, burnt. Somebody left the bread in the goddamn toaster too long. I mean, shit. Maybe you got like one of the little kids playing with the stove and shit. Like, I don't know what happened, but man, Marcus Epps was horrible. And my thing is this, okay, and this is another adjustment. If you saw down Blankenship, if you saw how Blankenship was playing, how well he's been playing all year since he's gotten the starting role as safety, and you see Marcus Epps getting his ass beat, you might want to throw Blankenship in there for like a few plays. I'm just saying, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Throw him in there a few plays and just see what happens. Okay? Because Marcus Epps was fucking trash. He was horrible. Absolutely fucking horrible. Now everybody's going to say, well, he made a really good play because of the little, the stupid ass, the Ferris wheel shit that they did in the red zone, and he was smart enough to know to cover the offensive lineman. How fucking hard is it to guard an offensive lineman? Seriously? An offensive lineman that is frankly not even close to being the most athletic in professional football. How hard is it, really? I don't think it's pretty hard at all, if you ask me. So, other than that worthless, meaningless ass, very easy play that anybody can make. I mean, shit, if I see an offensive lineman going out for a route and I know for a fact he's not going to be more athletic, shit, I'd be standing right there too. I can do that. Epps was ass. So was T.J. Edwards. They were they disappointed me. If both of them played better, those two specifically ignored the shit out. If those two would have played better, I believe the outcome of the game would have been completely different. I blame a lot of the defensive issues on those two. Those two did not do their job. I mean, there was a play, right, where they did, I don't know if it's like a pro formation, a jumbo T, or a weak eye. I think it was a fullback draw, and I think it went to McKinnon. Something like that. So, maybe I'm probably wrong about this. Okay. So, it was, how should I put this? It was kind of like an RPO, if that makes sense. So, so Mahomes held the ball. Panchero didn't even get the goddamn ball yet. As soon as Panchero starts running, he starts running.
What you doing up in here, boy? Shit!
What are you doing? I'm talking, and for those of you that are not familiar with who I'm talking about T.J. Edwards. What are you doing? They may not even get the ball yet, and you're just walking over there. He didn't even hand the ball off. I promise you this. He did not see this man hand the ball off to Panchero. Why the fuck are you following a guy who doesn't even have the ball in his hands? Okay? So, Epps, Edwards, you are roughly 50 to 75% of the reason why the defense did not show up today. Okay? 50 to 75% of the reason. We missed some sack opportunities. And then the way the defense played, the first possession, the Chiefs' first possession, when they came out when they came out in the second half, horrible, fucking terrible. I'm talking about the hustling wasn't there. It was low energy. It was almost as if they just let them score. Like that hustle, that energy, that aggressive, that drive to get to those spots and really make plays. If I'm not mistaken, Jordan Davis should have got the sack. I don't know what happened on that one. But, the hustle was just not there. And that really set the tone for how the rest of the second half was going to play out for that offense. Okay. So yeah, did not like the way the defense came out in that second half, especially if you know you allowed that many points and how easily fucking Mahomes is picking us apart. You want to come in and you want to play some inspired football. Now, I know what everybody's going to say. Well, the turf was an issue. Okay. But I'm not going to really hold that as an excuse. Because if you're not even trying to run to go make the plays. And then what really killed me is we literally got caught with the same. And the irony about it all was that they did a screenplay, which basically like you're clearing the area for the guy. So you're trying to distract the defense with all these receivers being stacked on one side. What you're really doing is creating room for the guy that's supposed to be receiving the screen. Okay, I believe the first touchdown in that second half was from Kadarius Toney, and the other one was from Skylar Moore, if I'm not mistaken. So they did a thing where they were motion a man, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, when a defensive back follows the wide receiver in motion, or wide receiver, tight end, whatever, we're playing man to man, which is very odd considering the fact that Jonathan Gannon's philosophy is primarily zone. So we got caught with the same thing twice. So one, Darius Slay got caught, and I think the other one was Maddox got caught, trying to focus on that side, and then just. And I'm going to be honest with you, I can't really blame either one of those guys because it's the scheme. If you have to follow a player, that means you're playing man to man. And, you know, I think part of that I have to give it to Andy Reid's genius. I think he was really, his game planning and his play calling was outstanding. I think I give 50% of that. Also, but I have to give 50% of the blame towards Gannon for putting these players in a position where they have to go follow the guy. And then you left a wide open screen. And then you would think after the first time, okay, what are some ways we can ensure that does not happen again? What are some schematic changes and adjustments we can make? And I felt like that. I felt like Gannon, and I don't want to really put this on him too much, because I just think that part of it was just Andy Reid's genius. And also, Mahomes did a really good job of getting the ball out quickly. Like, if you really paid attention, like the second half versus the first half, Mahomes didn't keep the ball in his hands all day like he did in the first half. He really did a good job of getting rid of the ball and getting it out of there. Okay? 50% of it, like I said, it goes on again and scheming. Other 50%, I would have to like really, especially that first drive, the second half, that's a toe setter, and you gotta put your foot down. But at the end of the day, here's the reality of the situation. Okay, you have to be careful because you're getting picked apart. But I would think that if Patrick Mahomes has a bum ankle, I'm not trying to wish injury on the guy, but I'm just keeping it realistic. Patrick Mahomes has a bum ankle. When you're rushing him, it's actually working. Now, where they miss sack opportunities, yes. Especially that first drop with Jordan Davis, and then a couple times Reddick, maybe one time with Sweat, yes. But I think that overall, you got to put these guys in a position where if you know you got a quarterback that is not going to be able to get out. I mean, from the looks of it, Mahomes did a really good job. I think if I'm not mistaken, he had like 70 yards worth of rushing. So from the looks of it, like he was able to still run, but how much on a high ankle sprain? You won't know unless you actually continue that formula of putting the heat on him. But at the same time, you can't leave guys wide open. So I think at the end of the day, it was a combination of just great play calling from Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes understanding that he can't have the ball in his hands all day long. He has to get rid of it. And the other part is I feel like that Gannon felt, this is what I wanted to say. I just lost my train of thought. Gannon felt comfortable with the fact that we were up 24-14 and a half and we were going to walk away with the game. He felt comfortable. And he felt comfortable in the fact, and this is just my observation. I mean, I'm not saying any of this is true, but this is what I think. I think he felt comfortable in the fact that, you know, Mahomes had an ankle injury. And he most likely was probably not even going to get back in the game. So he decided to in a way, rest on his laurels. And boy, did his ass pay for it. But I think those three things, the combination, I think the way the defense played as a unit coming out of that first drive of the second half mattered a lot as far as setting the tone for how the rest of the game was going to be. Okay? Another thing I want to mention too, and I almost forgot, the first drive, I'm very, very surprised. Even though Bucker had missed a relatively easy field goal, I'm very surprised they didn't go for it. I think at the end of the day, you're in range. You are somewhere close to the red zone. I think that when you have a drive going like you did, because they were really whooping our ass the first drive, especially when you have a drive going like how they did, just like how Nick Sirianni did a really good job of understanding. Hey, we got this defense on their heels. Let's be aggressive. That's what you got to do. I mean, Harrison Butker still should have made the kick. However, I think that the way the drive was going, it was, for the most part, outside of, obviously, you didn't convert third down, it was trending in a positive direction. You were keeping us on our toes. I would think you'd want to continue that, keep putting the pressure on us by actually going for it on fourth down. Even if you would have got it, it wouldn't have mattered because we would have started on, like, you know, roughly about the 20 or 30 or something like that, right? So it wouldn't have been too bad had you not convert. Okay, worst thing you can do is just like get like a regular turnover on downs. But yeah. And we'll talk about the play that's driving every fucking Eagles fan crazy around the world. So Bradbury did reasonable amount of contact on Juju Smith-Schuster, aka I play like I'm Jerry Rice on the Oakland Raiders. So this young person that plays like an old ass wide receiver, you know, he was, you know, trying to pretend like he was doing a slant or an in route, something like that. So Bradbury did a good job of pressing him immediately on release, which that seems legal, right? So Schuster decides to change his route to a streaking route, a go route, whatever you want to call it, like a Hail Mary, whatever. So he changed his route to go straight ahead for a deep pass. So Bradbury touches him, but he doesn't really stop him from going anywhere. He just kind of like maybe puts a little bit of force on there. He had his hand around Schuster's waist, but it wasn't really pulling him back. He just kind of grabbed him a little bit to kind of, you know, do a little bit. It wasn't enough to like, he wasn't really pulling him back. He still ran his route. So, I got mixed emotions about it. On the other hand, on one point I was like, okay, I can see why the refs made the call, but I can't, because he still was able to run his route, and at no point in time when Bradbury did quote-unquote grab, did he pull him back from running his route. So I just don't understand that. Right, the Devontae Smith, I thought that was a catch, but you know they had to get their revenge for what they did. Then they tried some more bullshit. I'm gonna quickly mention this. They tried to get in our way because we fucking teams up with the quarterbacks. We got all these, every organization goddamn bitching about because we got the best offensive line possibly of all time, and we got Jalen Hurts back there who's strong as fuck and fast. He was up there nailing them and getting them first downs, and everybody was bitching. So the rest decided to get in our way. Everybody has to get set before you do. Shut up. Get the hell out the way. So they was trying to fuck up our momentum, trying to get the advantage to the Chiefs. I thought that shit was fucking, it was frustrating at the time. Now that it's over, like, I laughed, and we still got the shit anyway. Now. Anyway, so moving on from that. I want to talk about some good things, obviously. Reddit got in a couple times, especially early in the game. Hargreaves, if I'm not mistaken, made some plays. Jordan Davis should have had a sack, but did it. Kaiser White made a couple plays. I'm going to be honest with you. I called Kavon Wallace the second coming of B-Dog. Nah. It's Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. You already know he had the ball. We already know he has the ball hawking ability. But man, when he hit hard. Like he was doing some pretty hard hits towards the end of that game that make you like damn. Like he did a really hard hit on Paolo Panchero. If I'm saying Paolo Pacheco. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I'm just gonna say Paolo. But y'all know who I'm referring to. Paolo Pacheco. Whatever. I listen. I'm going to stick with Paolo. I'll stick with that. Okay? So, okay? Anyway. Moving on from that. I just wanted to do that. But anyway, enough of the jokes. Yeah. So, he laid a nasty hit on Paolo. I'm going to say Paolo. I know how to say that. And, you know, he had a little bit of an injury scare, but I think he came back in within like a play or two. But shout out to Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. He's going to be scary, and I think by next year, barring any debilitating injury like he had this time around, he could very well be the best safety in the league. That dude is scary. Got the ball hawking down ability down pat. Already got that nasty competitive attitude. Definitely likes to talk shit and deserve it. If you can play like that, I'll be talking shit too. And just, you know, that hitting him, he be sticking people. He be sticking people like it's a game of pool. Like, damn, pause. But y'all already know where I'm coming from. Okay? C-Post came back. First punt, I'm like, alright. Second punt, ass. His punt probably led what I would think, what would you call it? If it was like a novel or a story, it would be what we call the falling action or the climax. I'm going to say falling action, all right? Because it's like, I'm not going to get into the details, but so basically that bad punch allowed Kadarius Toney, I'm probably saying his name wrong right now. It allowed him to get a big punt return that probably would have went for a touchdown. But either way, it didn't matter because it put him basically in range and they scored within a heartbeat. So, C-Post is ass. We really need another punter. I thought Brett Kern was good, but that 49ers game, he was atrocious. And he's always just done just enough. C-Post made a couple of smart plays here and there, had a couple of plays, but honestly, C-Post is ass too. Or C-Post, whatever you call it. So, Britton Covey had a hamstring injury that possibly could have kept him out, so we ended up moving Greg Ward up there. So I would have thought that they would have had him at punt returns, but that didn't happen. He was able to play it. He had some really, really good returns his first two, but the problem is he could have actually got way more yards than what he's gotten. Because he's running scared. Like, he's scared to get hit. And that's a big part of being a kick returner. You can't get scared of getting hit. And, like, he had angles where, like, if he hit that motherfucker hard, like, he would get those yards. But he was just so goddamn scared of getting hit. It was crazy. Like, he was shaking motherfucker. I'm like, okay, like, this is nice. And then he would just, you know, he would get afraid of getting hit. And then him self-consciously being scared of getting hit slowed him down. And instead of him hitting that corner, hitting that diagonal, that angle hard, and, you know, really pushing that for a better return, he would slow himself down and he would get stopped. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, what was the point of shaking like two defenders? You got the angle you want, and then you just fall apart. So, like, Britton Covey's ass. He needs to be replaced. I'm sorry. End of the day, it's like, you can't teach heart. You can coach everything. You can't coach heart. If you ain't got the fucking heart, sit up there and take that goddamn hit and just go hit that motherfucker. Just go hit that lane, hit that angle hard so you get a good return. It's like, why are you playing the position at the end of the day? If I didn't mention this already, the turf was a problem. Jalen Hurts switching his cleats. You had damn near a bunch of Eagles players switching their cleats, so the turf was an issue. And then the paint that they put on there, the Super Bowl decorations that they painted on the field, it didn't make it much better, right? Super Bowl commercials were complete ass. Completely fucking ass. Like, horrible. The only one that was decent that actually made me laugh was the Steve Martin. I fuck with the Steve Martin one, and I like the one with Snoop Dogg. But other than that, the commercial was straight garbage. Ass. Moving on from that, Rihanna kicked ass in her performance, showing that why she's one of the greatest artists of our generation. Just, there's not a lot of motherfuckers that sit there, because like, I thought it was courageous for freaking 50 Cent to be hanging upside down. But she went all the way after goddamn, I'm talking about she was on some goddamn Sonic the Hedgehog level 1 type shit, where she was just, coming down off that little stage platforms and shit. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm the type of nigga where I like to dance and move around when I'm doing my performance. But she handled that like a G. She was whooping ass shit. Her singing was on point. Stage presence was outstanding. She did a phenomenal job without question. Like, that was one of the better ones that I've ever seen. And she did it solo. She didn't have no sneaky features. She didn't have no guest appearance. Like, she did it solo, and she kicked ass and literally did something that most motherfuckers can't even do, which is literally, go up at a high ass height. And she was moving too. Nigga, I would have been fucking frozen in fear. If I name myself after a fucking ninja and I'm scared of heights, that looks really fucking bad. But either way, listen. Shout out to Rihanna. That was a hell of a performance. And the fact that she even had the courage to do any kind of moving whatsoever and still perform great after being at such a damn crazy height. I'm talking about I'm about to go build the next John Hancock building type of shit. Like, all the way up there. It was crazy. Finish up with some final thoughts. Rewind a little bit. Chris Sims still decided it was a good idea for him to keep talking shit. Literally already admitted that, hey, like, I was wrong about Jalen Hurts. So then, instead of him staying on that, he decides to literally backtrack. So I don't know. I don't know if somebody had a talk with him like how they had, because I heard Tony Romo is some deep water. I heard he ain't doing his job properly. He ain't studying on some John Anthony shit. If y'all watch Two for the Money, Matthew McConaughey's character is John Anthony. So when John Anthony had a perfect season, he was doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do. And that inevitably started his downfall, so to speak. I completely forgot that this nigga Chris Sims, he was a fucking quarterback before, and he was absolute dog shit. He wasn't even a starter. He was like a second or third stringer that maybe had a start. I didn't even care to do any research on it. But I forgot playing Madden. I'm like, I know why that name Chris Sims is familiar. So he decides that he wanted to be in this vibe, because he keeps bitching about, why it's ESPN and everybody trying to, all my whatever, what I'm saying, all my case, I'm going to keep it clean, because you never know how YouTube be. Yeah, I'm on my back. Shut the fuck up. And then this nigga decides to literally just say some stupid shit that literally was the same thing he said before, just maybe worded differently. But it's the same thing he said before, worded differently, and not to mention he looks stupid as fuck because he literally apologized for that very statement that he's making. It's how stupid he apologized for that very statement that he made. So he basically said that, anybody can run that offense. You literally just said Gardner Minshew could run that offense, and then you apologize because your dumb ass saw that he could not. So he was like, well, anybody could run with A.J. Brown, all that talent and shit. Like, shut up. Then Nick Wright, Marlon Kraft looking ass. This nigga got something to say about Jalen Hurts. I don't even remember what he said. I don't care to rehash it. Deebo Samuel. I know how much Deebo Samuel, he's my favorite receiver. I think he's the best receiver in the NFL. And that's just my opinion. If I decide Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, whatever y'all have on y'all list, I want to argue, Tyreek Hill, do as y'all will. My opinion, Deebo Samuel is the best receiver in football. But god damn it. And then you got fucking Jimmy, Ward talking about I can't wait to play safety again, I'm going to get my get back, especially on Devontae Smith and the fucker A.J. Brown.
Man, sit your dumb ass down.
Yeah, shut up. You sound stupid. First off, neither one of them are scared of you. Secondly, you sound like you're making a threat. What are you going to do? Because you couldn't guard A.J. Brown when you was guarding him in the 49ers game. So what you going to, are you going to try to do some, the Vontaze Burfict shit? I'm butchering nigga name. You going to do one of his numbers? Like, what is the point of you? Because I swear to God, I listen, I guess the game that he was playing was boring as shit. Because literally come up here and make these little stupid ass statements about, trying to threaten people on the low, but not really trying to say it so you don't, get into so you don't get into hot water. But you already are, because you indicated something that, let's just say, okay, I want my revenge because I got my ass kicked by A.J. Brown. That's fine. But does that need to be said? So the fact that it needed to be said says that there's some other shit on your mind. Alright? And Deebo Samuel was talking about something that is not necessarily a bad thing. Basically was saying like, hey, if we had our quarterback, we would have been able to we would have won the game, and then we would have had, we would have been able to capitalize on certain opportunities, right? Opportunities that definitely was not there as much as he think it was, because our pass rush still got to the quarterback regardless of whoever was under center, right? It didn't matter if it was Josh Johnson or Brock Purdy. We was getting through your O-line. But if you want to make that excuse, whatever. So they try to go back and forth. So Quez Watkins, instead of worrying about the game, he decides to chime in and says something that I kind of agree with him on. And he was like, basically like, stop being salty about the game. Shut the fuck up and just move on. So Deebo was like, yeah, look, put an ad on it so I can see what you talk about. And then Tyreek Hill was like, yeah, Deebo, stop crying. So that was funny shout out to Tyreek Hill. But yeah, that was funny. But here's the thing. Deebo's my favorite receiver. And I don't think what he said specifically was wrong. I know Robbie Gold got to be kicking himself in the ass after watching the fucking clinic that Jalen Hurts put through. Right? Literally, I swear to God. And here's the funny part about all the shit he was talking. Brother, that score could have been worse than 31-7. We could have entered it at least in the 40s. Because we had guys wide open. Just Jalen Hurts missed them. But I know you got to be eating your fucking words, because Jalen Hurts played phenomenal in the Super Bowl. You feel dumb as hell. And he was throwing the ball down the field. All you got to do is make Jalen Hurts. That nigga Robbie Gold just want to just be talked about. Right? Number one, brother, listen, relax. You're going to be a Hall of Fame kicker, but you're a goddamn kicker. That's it. You're just a kicker. Relax. You're not Marquette King, who can kick and then do some athletic plays too. No, you're a kicker. Hall of Fame kicker, absolutely. But dude, chill. Like, go find another way to get viral. Like Robbie Gold just said that shit so he can get people to talk to mention his name. Just on some, I guess maybe he's not enjoying his time with his family. Maybe he's bored. He ain't got shit to do. Because for him to just, as a fucking kicker, Hall of Fame kicker, yeah, absolutely. But as a kicker, talking about, oh yeah, all you gotta do is make Jalen Hurts play. Like, you sound fucking stupid, because Jalen Hurts literally was MVP of the whole league. And literally the only reason why Pat Mahomes won, because Jalen Hurts was injured for like 3 to 4 games. Quick reflection of the season. I think that, despite the fact that this loss is going to probably hurt for the next 3-4 days, we had a hell of a season. Surpassed expectations. Most teams that have the hype like we did, have the roster like we did, don't even come nowhere near close to Super Bowl. Don't even come to a conference championship. I mentioned already in previous videos about Dak Prescott with CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. I mentioned Baker Mayfield with Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry in their prime, and how he didn't do shit with them yet. Nobody gives them flack for that. But we had a hell of a season. It's going to be very interesting moving forward for next year, because I feel like that we can get back to the big game again. But the problem is there's not really much of an element of surprise. Like, I don't see a second gear that we can hit that can take teams, that can kind of, in a way, get teams off balance or kind of something new that we can bring to the table that really really gonna it's really gonna be like an element of surprise that's going to kind of like make teams really think and tinker. Like I feel like that everything that all of our potential, I feel like that we showed it this season. So it's gonna be interesting moving forward. As far as can we get to the big game and can we add something new to the table that can be hard to stop, that the opposing defenses and opposing teams are gonna have a tough time with. So that's going to be interesting moving forward. So I originally thought that Shane Steichen was going to be staying with the Eagles like 100% because the coach crossed them off, but they didn't. It's very likely that Steichen could be the next head coach for their Colts. We'll see what happens with that. So I'll keep you guys, maybe I'm not keep on social media. I'll keep you updated. I'm not going to post on YouTube. But that's that. Talk about the season already. The One. New song out, coming out midnight. Alright, I will be posting on social media. Weird ass time to be putting out a song, but you know, it's Valentine's Day. I had it planned already, so it's not like I decided, hey, Eagles lost, so let me just go promote a song. So it's gonna be a weird ass atmosphere to have, but nonetheless, new song coming out midnight. Okay, it's been a ride. The channel's not done with yet. I'm just gonna have to figure out a way. You know, when I post content, I'll let you guys know. Obviously, there's not going to be any Eagles content until the official off season has commenced, or maybe when like not the off season is finished, but somewhere around I say the trade deadline, we're going to have another video concerning the Eagles. But until then, this is going to be regular content. My day of peace. I'll take time to more of the Eagles losing. Bye.
I don't wanna jump the gun, but I really think I found the one. She does everything to please me, tries her best to make life easy.